Hey guys, welcome back to another Minecraft conservation video. Today is going to be all about raccoons, and it looks like I have some weird, cool, like, warhammer on my side belt, but it's just a mix between my shovel and my axe. So, yeah, as I said, raccoons. That is what we're going to talk about today. The trash pandas, but there's different species of raccoons. It's not just, the normal one we see around here in North America. There's the South American one, the crab-eating raccoon. The South American crab-eating raccoon are the two names, and then there's the Cozumel raccoon, which we will all get into. But first, as I said, the raccoons in this mod can do something particular. So we need to get a couple glowberries. Huh. And we need to find... Alright. So yeah, we will have to go on a bit of an adventure to find these. And where do you get them? Somewhere? We don't have any, do we, by chance? Doesn't seem like it. It seems like the only way to get these guys is to find them in mine shafts, which we have not done yet. So we will definitely have to do that first. So I will go and start a journey to look for some glowberries, and hopefully we come across something good. So it seems we have come upon a lush cave. Last time we were out here, we discovered a dark forest region, and I just did a quick Google search to double check that I was right, and glowberries do spawn in lush caves, and in the process, popped up with like, oh, they most commonly spawn in dark forest biomes, and so I was like, oh, okay, I remember specifically finding one of those. So I just came out here, dug down, and I was right. Here we are. So we're gonna take a couple of these. And I don't think we'll need that many, but I will bring some just in case. Get a few extras, and I mean, this is always here if we need it. Oh yeah, this goes down pretty deep. So yeah, we'll just grab a couple of these, and then we will head on back. So I made another oopsie, unfortunately. Um, yeah. So in case you're curious about what I did, basically I was pausing my recording to, go back home after collecting the glowberries, and I guess I forgot to hit unpause. So there's probably at least 20-30 minutes, which honestly is probably a good thing. We were just running around looking for a raccoon, and we found a raccoon, but then we had to run back to get something. Was it an egg or water or something? I don't remember exactly. We had to run back for something, and you won't see any of this. And it wasn't working, and then we thought we lost the raccoon, but it was really just in a hole, and I heard it chirping at me, and I found it, but we had given it glowberries, and we were looking for, other, like, the raccoon, and anyways, it was basically a lot of just rambling about the raccoons, and while trying to do this at the same time, and it was a little frustrating for sure, but in the what you will see is where I have it mostly figured out. But unfortunately, during that rambling, I also wasn't able to talk about what I wanted to talk about. You will hear most of it. It was just the main things that you guys missed was basically just the beginning, talking about just general characteristics of Procyonidae, which is just the raccoon family. So I'm just gonna go over this real quick. You will hear about the crab-eating raccoon and the Cozumel raccoon. That should all be in there, hopefully. I guess you guys can let me know if it's not. So yeah, I'm just gonna run over some of this stuff real quick, because again, this is the point of this series, is I want to try and teach you guys and educate you guys about these families and, cool animals and stuff. But, so yeah, I guess I'll just, and I have my fancy dancy notebook. Yeah, I take a lot of notes, I really do. I really do try and do my due diligence. So yeah, Procyonidae, the raccoons. This consists of raccoons, ringtails, cockomissals, cotis, kingjus, alongos, and unlinguitos. And I can tell you, I only know what ringtails and raccoons are. The other ones, I don't know. They sound pretty cool though, so definitely don't discredit them, and I'm sure some of them are really cool. And so, just general characteristics about this family: restricted to North and South America from Canada to Argentina. They inhabit temperate and tropical like environments, which makes sense. North America is pretty temperate. South America, especially getting down there, can get pretty tropical. Makes sense that they're there. They typically have long bushy tails with alternating light and dark rings. That's pretty much what we imagine, except for the kinkajou. The kinkajou doesn't have this, and it also doesn't have that like black like face mask that we typically see, and like the black surrounding the eyes and stuff. Why the kinkajou is like a golden, orangey, brown type dude. I don't know. He's cool looking. He's definitely cool looking. He's just not the typical looking raccoon. And you may be like, well, why is it in the raccoon family? Probably because of genetics. That's usually the answer. What else we got here? Yeah, so they're the least carnivorous of the carnivores. Their dentition, which is basically just their teeth, is generalized and adapted for an omnivorous diet, which, if you don't know what an omnivorous means or what an omnivore is, it's basically just something that eats, vegetables and meat, so plants and meat, similar to what we do. And then, so there are three species of raccoon, which I mentioned two of them earlier, which was the crab-eating raccoon and the Cozumel raccoon, and you'll hear about those more later. But here we're going to focus on the North American raccoon, which is probably the one that we most commonly think of when we think of raccoon. The trash panda, and it's another name for it aside from the North American raccoon is the common raccoon. But I don't what's trash panda count as? Is trash panda like a modern, not really modern way of saying raccoon? Is it social? I don't know. I feel like there's a word there like I'm trying to think of, but it's not coming to mind about how, you know, you can. Anyway, not important. I had the same debate with myself in the video when I thought I was recording and then I wasn't. Anyways, so they have bunodont molars, which is basically just like our teeth, right? So in the back, it's sort of like squarish, and it's used for chomping and things of that nature. They have a rounded cranium, as we do, pretty common, and they have poorly developed carnassials. And if you don't know what carnassials is, it's basically like we don't really have them, but in like really heavily like pretty much strictly carnivore diets, they um the carnassials are basically used for like shearing and like tearing off meat. You'll see it in wolves and like mountain lions and stuff like that. We don't really have them, and so it makes sense that I keep comparing the raccoon to people, but they're really not all that related. Just it's sort of like just like since they're omnivores and we're omnivores, there's a lot to compare sort of on that like dentition mouth type level. Let's see. So their palate is terminated posteriorly to the molars, and the palate is just basically the top of their mouth. Nothing super fancy. And so they have a grizzled pelage with a ringtail. We sort of know that, the black face mask, and this is the North American raccoon, so the one that you will most likely see. And so what's really interesting is the tail makes up 42 to 52% of the total length. And I actually think that's pretty hard to, like, when I was kind of surprised the first time I heard it. Like, obviously they had a long tail, but like it's 50, so it's half the size of their body, which I think, I don't know, I guess, talking, well, no, so that makes up 50% of their body. Like, it's not half of their body, 50% of their body. Or, yes, yes. So from head to tail, the tail makes up around 50%, which I think is crazy. I don't think you realize, or at least I didn't realize, how long their tails actually are. So I think that's pretty cool, especially since I feel like raccoons are typically kind of like stockier, and we'll talk about that in a minute actually. And so I don't think and they don't really use their tail for anything. Like they're not like what am I thinking of? Like monkeys or lemurs where they use their tails to, well, monkeys, not monkeys. I don't know why I said monkeys, not monkeys. But like lemurs are where they use their tail a lot. Again, it's for like probably like a balancing thing. I don't know. I didn't look into it a whole bunch. Anyways, they're omnivorous, as we said, and so they're also, which is like the big thing we'll talk about, is they're commensal with humans in many areas. So that just means they live closely hand in hand with people, which I doubt many of you will find surprising because, I mean, you've raccoons like in your, you know, basement, attic. No, I don't know if my attic story made it in, but I guess to keep it short, I had raccoons in my attic. They had babies, so we couldn't get rid of them because they were worried that the raccoon would stuff them, like the babies, down in the walls, then the babies would die and there'd be smells, so we'd have to tear the house apart. That's at least what animal control told us. And my mom would my mom the Christmas before fell through the ceiling from the attic because it's an unfinished attic, and so basically she stepped in the wrong place. That was basically just insulation and drywall, and like her leg fell through. Luckily, it was over the bed, so she would have been fine if she fell through. But like I ran up there and I helped pull her out. So yeah, she had a hole in her ceiling at the time this was happening. So when there was a raccoon with babies that were like roughhousing and playing around, and they actually purr. It's very cute. Baby raccoons are very cute. There was a hole in her ceiling, so she slept in the living room for a while, and what she would do is she would tie a phone cord on the outside of the door at night and tie it to like the railing because the room and like the downstairs, like the stairs go are really like the doors here, and then like a foot this way is the railing. Not even a foot, probably like 6 inches, maybe less. So she would tie a phone cord to the door handle and then to the railing because she didn't want the raccoons to like get out and like I don't know hurt us or the animals. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, no. So I've had my own experience with a raccoon, and because they're generalists and because they're omnivores, they'll eat anything. Hence the reason they're trash pandas. They will get into your trash and eat anything. Um, so in the wild, they can weigh 5 to 15 pounds in the wilderness, and they can weigh up to 60 pounds in urban and suburban areas, and can actually end up with 50% body fat, which is crazy. I mean, to go from, let's say, max 15 pounds in the wild to 60 pounds, that's a 45-pound difference, right? Yeah, I think my math is right on that. Like, that's crazy. That's whack. Like, I don't know, these guys know what to do. And the thing is, like, they don't hibernate or anything. So, why, like, they don't need to build up this body fat for any reason. They're just hoarders, right? You know, they're just fatties. Um, so, yeah, no, they definitely like being around people. They're definitely not scared to be. Unlike the others, they're not as people oriented. But yeah, North American raccoons, and you know, this is like obviously if you have like a raccoon in the middle of the wilderness in Canada, it's probably not gonna be that used to people. But like raccoons around here or like raccoons that you see like in your neighborhood, they're fine with people. They're fine with getting in trash, and they're fat too. So yeah, and you'll hear me talk about. I think I start talking again right around where they have dexterous hands and they don't help raise the kid, they don't hibernate, all that stuff. I think I talk about that. So I think that, is basically the summary of what I want to talk about. And that's honestly probably a good thing because I was a little all over the place with this episode. This is definitely between being a little sniffly and, you know, with stuff not going right, especially with the raccoons. I was like, oh, I'll just feed it an egg, I'll feed it this, but then I couldn't find one. It was just a thing. But I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless, and keep watching the video. Something very fun happens at the end, and I personally am a big enjoyer of it, and I hope you guys are too. But yeah, thanks for forgiving my oopsie once again. They're bound to happen. But yeah, enjoy the video. So we're giving it another try. I have a body of water here. Hopefully it works. Okay. There he goes! Look at him go! Oh my god, he's so cute! I love him! It finally worked! Yay! Okay, so that means he's like my friend now, right? I think so. Are you friend? Come on, friend! Uh... I gave you egg. But I gave you egg. Is that not here? Hold on, let me pull up the thing real quick. It just says raccoons can be tamed by feeding them an egg, then letting the raccoon wash it in water. Yeah, it says that's what we did. Maybe it has to be a regular egg? That's gotta be it, right? I have a feeling that's probably it. Because he sure ain't following me. Yeah, his tail isn't moving to indicate like he's like moving in a different modes or anything. But okay. Yeah. You're making this very difficult, little man. Where are you? Where did you go? Okay, I'm gonna go get the water. Maybe you need to wash it again. Unfortunately, I only have one bucket, so this will have to work. But I guess to continue to talk about raccoons, they have dexterous hands. They're kind of like ours, which I think is why people like them so much. Okay, dude. You just need to chill out for a second. Water, woo! And like I said, the males don't help raise the babies, which is fairly common in nature. They don't hibernate either, so they're around for the long haul. And like I said, they are invasive in Europe, Japan, other places in Asia, and that's actually because some people release them. Come on, come come on, you can do it. Come to the water. Come on, come on, you can do it. Come on, over here. Okay, we'll just do this. Give you a nice little, you know, little humbled abode. Okay. If I gave you egg, will you take egg? Hey, wait. You're following me. There you go. Come on. Come on. There he goes. He's washing it. Look at him go. Okay, you're gonna be my friend now, right? Come. You coming? Does it have to be multiple eggs? Dude, I don't have multiple eggs. Just watch from a distance, maybe? Okay, I thought it was like literally just feed them one and then do it, but okay, we have to go get more eggs. So I guess I will go and do that. Okay, we're back. And I got another bucket, and I got a bunch of duck eggs, except I don't know if they work. We have ducks literally everywhere. Ducks there, ducks there. There's ducks behind the stairs. There's ducks in that corner over there. So I'm hoping this is enough. I really am hoping. But on my journey here, I also found something. And I was like, of course that is what. Oh, more ducks. Of course that was likely to happen. I found another raccoon, much closer to home, like literally like right over here on the mountain, and I'm sure I won't be able to find it now that I want to find it, but I'm really, really hoping duck eggs work. Something tells me it probably won't, but hey, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. I didn't notice like the black like specks coming up when I tried to give it a duck egg, but okay. It was up here. Yep, there it is. This is my friend. Come here. I got a duck egg for you. I need to make you a little hole to clean it in. Alright, here you go. Washy washy. And I don't know why all the water keeps freezing, but it is. Oh my god, are we friends? Yes! Oh my god, see, this one is so much better than the other one. Okay, come on, friend. Let's go. We don't need anyone else. Come, friend. Oh no, you're stuck. Go. Alright, and this is perfect. Okay, so we have the glowberries, and now we can go to the other thing that I'm really excited for, and I'll keep talking about this. So yeah, as I was saying, the raccoons were introduced to Japan, Europe, and they were actually either released from captivity for hunting purposes or they just escaped. So yeah, people intentionally let these guys go. And they're terrible for the ecosystem. They cause a lot of agricultural damage. They they're a nuisance to people, right? You know, they even destroy property, trash cans, roofs, that type of thing. And I mean, and they're not endangered, so you know, there's no reason to do this. They cause other problems to like the native biodiversity in the area, and it's just a pain. Now, where is that blue jay? But no, I think raccoons are cool. They have tried some eradication programs and currently trying to eradicate them. As I said, they're used for hunting, so I think in a case like this, you know, hunting them, trying to trap them and things of that nature is okay because again, they are detrimental to the ecosystem. I don't want to go near the bears because I'm afraid they'll kill my raccoon. But of course, now that we need a blue jay, there's none to be found. I told him not to move. I mean, you guys heard me, right? I told him not to go anywhere. He was on this tree or that tree. A tree. Okay. I did see another one somewhere, and I swear it'll be really cool once we get the blue jay. There's a purpose. So I was very excited when I found out about the blue jay and the raccoon trick. For a specific reason. Okay, I'm not seeing the blue jay. Okay, I'm gonna tell you to stay. Oh, look at him lay down. God, he's so sweet. But anyways, yeah, trapping, killing them, I think, in this case would be somewhat reasonable. Fortunately, it sucks, but we also did that to him. So, I don't know. I don't have the answers. That's just, I know what they've mainly been doing, and that's a lot of zombies. But, yeah, so that's North American raccoon. Sorry it was kind of all over the place. I usually try and do a better job, but between being sick and trying to deal with this raccoon that I thought was pretty straightforward turned out to not be straightforward. Anyways, now I have a lot of duck eggs, though. But the next raccoon on my list is the crab-eating raccoon, also called the South American raccoon. And this guy, he's native to marshy and jungle areas in South America. Eats crabs, lobsters, hence the name, the crab-eating raccoon. Oh, sniffles. Oh, being sick is so awful. Who likes being sick? Does anyone like being sick? But they like the other raccoon we talked about. They'll also pretty much eat anything else. So it's more so they can go up on trees. Wow. Okay. So yeah, again, they're omnivorous, but they will um eat a lot of crabs. It's slightly seasonal, you know, so like depending on what type of season it is and like how the crabs and mollusks are doing, it depends. But they can actually tell that this raccoon is more meant for like eating these hard shells. Um, because they have like larger cheek teeth and um and with like broader, larger cusps. The cusps of your teeth are just like sort of like if you reach a finger back there, or just maybe look at a picture of a tooth. I mean, we've all lost teeth, not these front ones, but back in the back. The cuffs are basically just like basically the indentation on your teeth. And I was really trying to find this. Why is there so much ice everywhere? I don't understand. Oh, is it like winter or something? I know there is like seasons, but okay. This blue jay let me down. I haven't seen it fly anywhere, so we will have to go find another one, unfortunately. It really sucks. There's a fly, but that's not what we need. Okay. I did see one somewhat close by, so come. Let's go back. Back the way we came. Sniffles. So yeah, they have like more like broader larger cheek teeth with the broader, larger cuffs, so break like through the shell of crabs and shellfish and mollusks and raccoon. Raccoon? Where art thou, raccoon? Excuse me, Mr. Bear. Raccoon, what are you doing? Oh, did I set it to wander, not follow? There we go. Okay, we figured it out. And I have a specific mind and name for the raccoon. So, again, it's not going to be a traditional raccoon because you should not capture raccoons. That's sort of the last thing we're going to talk about. But just to make it clear, um, so yeah, the hair, what makes so some of the things that make them different from the North American raccoon is the hair on the nape of the neck point towards the head rather than backwards, which I found interesting. Oh, I was like, what in the world is that? It's just another banana slug. And I was like, oh, I didn't know like the way like the direction of the way that hair and fur like lays against the a creature like could indicate like differences, but I'm supposed that makes sense, and I'm sure there's some evolutionary benefit to that based on their environment. So seems to be more adapted to like arboreal life than the North American raccoon. That's not to say North American raccoons aren't, but they have what is that? Oh, more banana slugs. Man, there's a lot of banana slugs. Um, they have sharper and narrow claws, which makes scientists believe that that's what makes them more adapted to arboreal life, makes them easier to climb and grab onto things. And again, they're in this like marshy jungle area. Okay, he keeps scaring me, and I get very scared that he's run away. But I know he will love me for all eternity, because obviously. I keep seeing those blue cornflowers or whatever they're called, and I'm like, oh, like, is that a blue jay? I saw one over here when we were running back. Could have despawned. And I can't tell if the crow calling is just for ambiance or if there's actually a crow nearby. But either way. Um, get some. I'm gonna get you. Oh my god, you're attacking it? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my... Oh. Oh. Oh god. Oh god, I thought he was gonna die. Oh my god. He was on fire. Oh, okay. Okay. We're chilling. It's fine. And now it's snowing, unfortunately. Man, why? I swear, Minecraft, this game is out to get me sometimes. Like, it was perfectly fine. We found blue jays. We found raccoons, but then it wouldn't eat the raccoon. Then it wouldn't, like, tame with the eggs, you know? I would just see. Bless me. And then we finally get a raccoon tamed. It's a different one, and there was a blue jay near home, but now there's not. There was a blue jay back here, now there's not. Let me see if anything pops up on the map. Oh no, my headphones are caught. There we go. Yeah, so there's a ton around. It doesn't tell you what it is, though. So I guess we just gotta keep on the look. Can I sleep through this? Because it's kind of hard to see. Nope, cannot do that. So that's unfortunate. What's that? Fly? That's a fly. Of course there's a fly. Where are we? Okay, that's what we're looking at. There's a lot of flies. Okay, these flies should not be here. They should be, you know, frozen to death, dying. And granted, the bird most likely wouldn't be here either, but along with the bees, but that's okay. I swear I saw it, like, over here. This is, whatever. Back to the crab eating. So, yeah, so this, it kind of makes sense. So the crab eating raccoon has shorter fur and is much more slender. You should actually look at a picture of them if you get a chance. Um, I think they're kind of cuter looking than the average raccoon. They are a bit smaller. And the shorter fur makes sense because they are in like a more tropical environment. Um, but yeah, okay. Dude, these are cute flowers. Crocus? Isn't there a crocus in Stardew during fall? I think so. Oh, look at the little fox sleeping over there. He's so sweet. Foxes are pretty cute. I don't know. I get like their design. I feel like could be better in some cases, but then I look at them sleeping and I'm like, oh, they're so cute. Let's see. Okay. I mean, I really don't want to go super far with my raccoon just to find a blue jay. Like, it's not worth it at all. Okay. Just keep an eye out. I mean, we know they spawn in this biome. Maybe not the pumpkin field specifically, and I would be love to be able to see better if it wasn't currently, snowing. But okay. So yeah, so what's interesting about this one is it doesn't adapt as well to human environments. They typically avoid human areas like most creatures do. Um, and these guys aren't endangered either, so they're chilling, they're fine. I think they're marked as least concern based on the IUCN Red List. And if you're ever curious about looking at a species, I do recommend the IUCN Red List. It's basically a list compiled under certain criteria of whether a species is endangered or not. I think it's a non-profit, if I remember. I don't remember if it's non-profit or a private organization, either way. It's not done by the state or governments or anything like that, though they do collaborate. But they keep a fairly like updated account on most species. Keyword most. A lot of fish and stuff will be much harder to get a read on. But for anything you want to look at, like tigers, bears, all like the cool stuff, raccoons. uh, Sorry. You'll be able to find all that if you want. Oh, and I just realized I don't have my fancy light on. Oh my god, brightened up, brightened. But I want to see it again. There wasn't much to see here. It's pretty light, so it was fine. It's fine. I want to see it again. I want to see it. Bless me. Oh my god. Uh, man, but this snow is getting kind of obnoxious. Okay. So yeah, so the crab eating raccoon, pretty neat. Um, yeah. Yep. Okay. Cool. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. So fun. Dude, I don't like the snow. It's too hard to see anything. Like a little blue bird. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay. I feel like my raccoon just blessed me. Because obviously it's Jesus. Obviously. Um, okay. Okay, this is getting a little ridiculous. Um, okay, cool. Uh, so in these like meadow areas, we should be able to find them. Can I sleep? Thank God. Okay. And now we will talk about another raccoon that is unfortunately endangered. So this raccoon is called the Cozumel raccoon. Oh my god. Don't come help. Okay, we're chilling. Um, and the Cozumel raccoon, as I just said, is endangered, and that's mostly just because it's island endemic. So it's on Cozumel Island, which is off the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, and they're pretty much restricted to the northwest corner of the island, which makes it so difficult to conserve them. You know what? Let me just go find a blue jay, and I can ramble on then about this type of thing. I'm sure that will be more interesting to you guys. We finally found one. And we're not too terribly far from home, not too far. But this is where the glowberries are meant to come in handy, aight? And hopefully we can still do this with a tamed one. Okay. Okay, okay. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. First of all, you need to take that. Hey, you, come. Oh my god. Its eyes are glowing. Uh, okay. You guys are supposed to be friends now. If I take that away. Oh god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So yeah, now the raccoon and the blue jay are friends now. Isn't that just so amazing? Oh my god, I love that. Alright, and now you can come with me, right? You can follow me home? I love that. I love that. Okay. There's one last thing we have to do with the raccoon. So while we venture on home, I'll finish sort of talking about what I want to talk about. Cozumel raccoon. Uh, there's only 250 to 300 left. I mentioned they were endangered on this one little island. And yeah, so they do believe that it diverged from the North American raccoon 26 to 69 nice thousand years ago. So it's smaller size, more rounded snout than the North American raccoon. Let's see what else we got here. It has a yellowish tail comparatively to like the more gray black tail. All right, you still got blue jay up there. Black rings, same thing. The males actually have like a sort of orangish scruff, and if you don't know what the scruff is basically just like, like on the back of, or maybe not, you don't know, but like on the back of mammals. You can notice this most with like cats and dogs. If you're ever rubbing them right behind the neck, there's a lot of skin there, and that's actually where the moms usually pick up their babies by. So if you ever see like a mom carrying around their baby by the neck, there's all that extra skin there for that purpose. And they actually have sexual dimorphism, which means that there is a difference in males and females. And so in the raccoon's case, the males are about 20% heavier than the females, so they're a bit bigger, which that's a pretty common sexual dimorphism you'll see, but there's others like cloaca size and things of that nature, coloring. Um, so generalist omnivore, but crabs make up 50% of the diet, so also similar to the crab eating crab eating raccoon. Man, I am blanking today. I am so sorry. This episode is all over the place and I feel terrible about it. But you know what? We're here. And this can also change in the season. So if it's like crab season, I guess they'll eat more crabs. But if like fruits and veggies are doing really well during the spring, they'll transfer to mostly eating that. And so the main threat to this creature is tourism. So obviously this island is, as islands are, they're super touristy, and so development of this is impacting them. And there's currently, at least not that I found, no laws and no land set aside for them. So that means they're not protected at all, whatsoever. So it's likely that they could very easily go extinct. Come on, dude, come make friends with my dogs. Thank you. Our ghost dog is gone too. Okay, so we have him back home, right? And this is great. But the last thing I want to talk about is so on this island, along with tourism and that they're limited to the northwest corner. Sorry, there's no laws, no land. They also have threat from feral cats and dogs. I didn't mention dogs, but in the cat episode, I mentioned that feral cats, I maybe not mention this specifically, but they can carry diseases, and so these feral cats and dogs. They can transfer diseases to this Cozumel raccoon. And I'm sorry if you guys felt like I rushed through this. I do have a lot written out here, but just in between, like, pausing and everything, I feel like it's all over the place. In between sneezing, a little bit stuffy. It's definitely not the best episode I've done, but that's okay. I would like the raccoon to come over here. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. You're gonna sit there for a second. And now, do y'all remember last episode when we went and did the roguelike dungeon just to get the name tags? Well, I did it for this very purpose, and I'm very, very, very excited about this. So, obviously, naming our pets is very important, but I got it specifically to name our raccoon because, according to the wiki, something very special happens when you name it a certain name. Do we have an anvil? We don't have an anvil. Okay, let's make an anvil. First and foremost. But what I will briefly touch on is I know I just tamed a raccoon, and what I'm about to say is sort of hypocritical. But granted, remember, this is a game. Okay, this is a game. I'm doing it for entertainment purposes. Please do not go and try and make raccoons your pets. Please do not do that. It's terrible for them. It's terrible for people. You know, people, unless you have special permits and special licenses, which is different from state to state, you cannot take in a raccoon and they cannot be your pets. The only time that an individual can have a raccoon as a pet is if, say, it was like hurt when it was a baby and it's only ever been around people. And basically these people who do have the like special permits, the special licenses, they are legal wildlife rehabilitators. And so that's what happens to these raccoons. If you have a raccoon that is just taken from the wild and you don't have no licenses, no permits, nothing of that, the DWR, at least here in Virginia, Department of Natural Life Resources, or something of the like, they will come in and they will take your pet. And it doesn't have to be a raccoon, it's any pet, that any wild animal basically. And if you're not licensed as a rehabilitator, they can come in and they will take your pet. And a lot of times they will euthanize your pet. I know recently in the TikTok world, there was this guy who did a lot of videos with his pet squirrel, and as far as I know, he didn't have his licenses and permitting, and a lot of people called it in, and then the squirrel ended up biting a guy, and so they had to put the squirrel down to check its brain for rabies. Granted, I don't think that's what should have happened. I'm not saying that at all. But a lot of people are being mean to this guy, but the guy's just doing his job. The guy, the TikToker, again, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know the full story, maybe he didn't have his permits and everything, but to take a baby animal or a wild animal of any time and get it like associated with people and basically make it your pet, it usually results in them getting euthanized because they can never go back to the wild. And in some cases they'll go back to rehabilitation centers, but rehabilitation centers are already so packed full as it is, and it's really hard. So unless you are legally trained, you have your legal permits, your legal licenses to have baby animals, and not even cases baby, any sized animals, they are most likely only living with that person because they are rehabilitated, and they are classified as permanent rehabilitated, and they cannot go back to the wild for whatever reason. So they are basically treated as pets, but they are still wild animals. Raccoons are wild animals, and I know raccoons are super popular because they're really cute. They're trash pandas. And like, listen, I get it. When there were baby raccoons in my attic, I was like, oh yeah, it'd be so nice to go up there and just like take one. Like I feel it too. But just remember that they're wild animals, and they should stay in the wild whenever possible. That's where they need to be. And a lot of cases, people can't care for them properly because what wild animals need versus domesticated animals need are two completely different things. So just please keep this in mind. I tamed a raccoon for this very specific reason, and in my mind, that's not technically a raccoon anymore, and you will see. So let's get into that, and let me show you what I mean. Sorry for the little tangent there. I just think it's really important. So I'm gonna type this name in, and some of you will clue in, and if you won't clue into what I'm doing, then you missed out on a great childhood cartoon show. Rigby. Alright? Rigby the raccoon. Okay? So, if you haven't caught on yet, there was a TV show on Cartoon Network like I don't know, a decade-ish ago. Oh God, I'm old. And it was this fun show. It's called Regular Show, except it wasn't regular. It's sort of like a play on words or whatever. And there was a guy named Mordecai who was a blue jay, but they're personified, right? They're anthropomorphized. They can walk, talk, do stupid things. And the short little raccoon, even though I argue it's not, I know he like the closest thing you can compare him to is a raccoon, but he's more like brown and like speckly than an actual raccoon. So yeah. Anyways, okay. I'm scared I'm gonna accidentally name the blue jay, and I don't know how to get the blue jay off. So yes, it worked. Oh my god, this is amazing. Oh my god. Wait, come to the light, buddy. So yeah, if you name and this is oh god, I fell. If you name the raccoon, um, ooh, no, come here. If you name the raccoon Rigby, he gets like the skin and coloring of a raccoon from the show. Which is why I was so excited to do this episode. I love Regular Show. I watched it. Was it last year? It was last year or the year before that I watched through all of Regular Show and Adventure Time. And so I was like, I have to do this. Like, I love Regular Show. And this is why I thought it was okay to tame a raccoon in this instance, even though in most cases I will not be taming the animals, just to advocate for what I'm talking about. Please don't take in wild animals. It's bad. Very, very bad. Um I love this so much. This is just so amazing. Ooh, what was that? Oh, okay. But look at it, it's so great. Oh my god. I'm so happy this is gonna be in my base. This is just so amazing. Oh god. Okay. But yeah, I guess the moral of the story is raccoons. Oh, raccoons. Voice crack. Raccoons are pretty cool. Please don't take them as pets. They're pretty popular on TikTok and stuff, but I know this one lady has like the licenses and permits. And I know some people try to do good by calling it in, but please, like even I don't know, it's hard because I don't think these animals should be euthanized. You know, it wasn't their fault that they were taken in for XYZ, but it happens sometimes. They definitely shouldn't be euthanized. I don't know what the answer is, but yeah, no, this was so great. I'm so happy we did this. So, in a way, these guys aren't, he's not a raccoon, right? He's basically a person. So, eh, I feel like I'm getting away with it. Plus, it's just so great. It's just so great. I just, okay. But, yeah. We got dogs, we got cats, and now we got a raccoon and a blue jay. Oh my god. Man, we need to like make like an extra like part of our house so that way we can like fit all these guys in there properly and they're not just in the center of our floor. Oh, I can't get over it. It's so great. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I apologize for this episode being sort of all over the place between being sick and then sort of my plans going awry when they didn't work out. Definitely threw me for a loop. But it's okay. I got all the information out there. Raccoons are cool. North American raccoons are invasive some places. Maybe I don't know what the eradication plan is for them. I know there's a lot of hunting and trapping. Kind of makes sense. They're not endangered, and raccoons are hunted anyways for like furs and pelts, but they're not endangered. So I don't know. They destroy the environment, destroy agriculture, destroy people's property, and then there's some crab-eating ones that are slimmer, and then and then the Cozumel, which is there's only 250, 300 individuals left. They're endangered. Tourism and yeah, feral cats and dogs bad, give disease to them. So that was a quick summary of all I said, and I hope you enjoyed the Mordecai and Rigby bit from Regular Show. Again, main thing from this, don't take in raccoons. Raccoons are wild animals. They, need to live in the wild. Rigby is a person whose head is turning inside out. Oh, that's concerning. Yeah, I think while he figures that out, I'm just gonna end it here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye.